Hey there! So as most of you will know, I am a confidence coach for horse riders. And today I want to share a little snippet if you like, of my story, what brought me to here and where we are today. So, you see, I used to be completely immersed out there with the horses, actively riding, coaching, competing. Life was great, you know, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it and I feel very lucky to have had that opportunity. But then out of nowhere, an accident really did shake my world. And before this, I honestly believed that I had unshakable confidence. I'd get on any horse, it didn't bother me. And I classed myself as an ambitious person. I had these big dreams and I had no idea how my mindset was kind of subtly, almost talking about supple horses holding me back, okay? But in that wake of the accident, if I go back to that time, all I wanted to do was reconnect with that joy of riding. I wanted to be able to do my job well. I mean, it was my profession at the end of the day. And after this accident, I lost my identity as a equestrian, really, because I couldn't do my job as good as I knew I needed to do, as much as I knew I was capable of doing, okay? And the journey back, I sought help from many professionals, and the journey back was not straightforward. So the guidance that I sought and found, while many sports psychologists and mindset coaches did have strategies for the mind, they did lack that nuanced understanding of equestrian training. So if you let me just paint a clearer picture for a moment of where I was, my horses and the horses that I was riding for other people were not run-of-the-mill companions, if you like. So some of them, might have been grappling with behavioural issues, others simply embarking on their training journey, fresh from the field. And these horses did need, tailored training plans that not only address their individual challenges, but with where I was at the time, those plans needed to work within the boundaries of what I, post-accident, could mentally handle. And this really was a unique dance of elevating their skills and confidence while ensuring that I wasn't pushed beyond, where I was capable emotionally and physically at that time. So, on the other end of the spectrum, if we go the other side, because I also went and had loads of lessons on my horses, and while some, many equestrian coaches did have expertise with the horses, great expertise with the horses, they did fall short in grasping that emotional turmoil that I was navigating at the time. So their advice, though well-intentioned, often did overlook the fears and scars left by the accident. And here's a confession, and I'll give it to you right now. Before my accident, even though I was a coach, even though I was out, riding and saw myself as a very, empathetic of what other riders were going through, I really didn't understand what paralysing nerves felt like. That feeling where your mind is ready, where you say, I want to do this and I know I can do it, but your body just won't respond. And it was really humbling. It still is humbling. And I did spend a long time believing that my accident was the sole root of my anxiety. But here's the kicker, you need to pay attention. It wasn't, okay? So sure, it acted as a trigger, absolutely, amplifying my fears, but it wasn't the fundamental cause as I thought it was. So if you ever wonder why, for example, some riders can take a fall, take a tumble, and bounce back without a dent in their confidence, okay? I'm going to tell you why. So it's deeply rooted in their core beliefs. So if their foundational beliefs affirm that they are competent riders, they truly believe that, okay? They believe that they deserve the time and space to ride, that they have no guilt or external pressures, say, from maybe a family member that might see riding as risky or a bit of an inappropriate endeavour, okay? And then a fall to that person with those core beliefs is just a minor setback. It's just a blip in their journey. They don't hold any further negativity to it than that. And such a positive core beliefs provides them an armour, allowing them to swiftly recover and move forward, okay? Whereas in contrast, those with more vulnerable or negative core beliefs might find such events shattering, leading to extended periods of self-doubt and fear. And for me, this profound realisation propelled me on a transformative journey. And today I'm not only certified in NLP, that's neuro-linguistic programming, both as a practitioner and a coach, and hypnosis, but I also hold a BSc in psychology with first class honours. And these weren't just titles for me at the time, they were my lifelines. And they absolutely helped me coach my most challenging student I've ever had, and that would be me and myself, from where I was to where I am now. And through this training, I delved deep into that realm of core beliefs for myself. And core beliefs are the foundational pillars of our psyche. They're often rooted in our earliest experiences. And these convictions that we make, sometimes formed without any conscious realisation of, determining really how we see ourselves, others and the world around us. And they play a role in every decision, every emotion, and in our responses to various life situations, okay? So while some of these beliefs will propel us forward, others, unfortunately, become like anchors, okay, holding us in place. And as I looked back, I kind of saw this recurring pattern in my own behaviour, that's consistent undercurrent to many of my decisions, if you like, okay, and unending sometimes, exhausting cycle, which for me was busyness, okay? And not the kind driven by purpose or passion, but the kind that's more about fulfilling time slots than fulfilling dreams, okay? I bet some of you can relate to doing this. And some of you will have different kind of habits and loops that you might be in, okay? But why? Why did I have this treadmill of ceaseless activity, okay? And diving deeper into psychology, it became clear that sometimes we over-engage ourselves as a way to cope, okay? It's our safety net. It's a strategy to divert our minds by keeping every minute occupied. And by doing this, I sidestepped confronting deeper fears or vulnerabilities. Okay, so for me, this constant hustle was like a mask hiding that profound fear of failure. And I found myself making these excuses. I see them as that now. I truly believe this at the time. I was too busy for a lesson on my own horse, for example, too swamped to ensure that, that he was fit enough to move up in the eventing ranks. And, ironically, eventing at a higher level was a dream I'd always cherished. I really believed that that's what I was going for. That's why I was working so hard. I didn't realise I was actually subconsciously holding myself back from ever getting there. Okay, and here's the irony of business as an avoidance tactic. It provides a temporary kind of relief because I don't have to address that question of, am I actually good enough to go and do it, okay? But they do always find a way back, demanding your attention in the end, okay? But do you know what? These realisations don't have to be gloomy realisations, okay, that you have this fear or you have this limiting belief. Because for me, once I saw this out in the open, put it on the table, it opened doors to a brighter and more confident future. And today, I do feel more confident to dream big. And although I thought I was dreaming big back then, I could see that I had limited myself. I didn't really want to. It was easier to keep saying that's what I wanted to do, but not really have to address the question of am I good enough? Than, actually putting yourself out there and seeing, okay? And today I'm shedding those past reservations, and I am going to go for it and see if I could make it to that top level of eventing. I'm going to give it my all. And I know that if I can't make it, it doesn't dent me as a person, it's a journey that I'm going on. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. So let me pose a question to you for a moment. Have you ever taken a moment, step back and reflect on your own mindset? So to think about those dreams or aspirations that you've always held close. Maybe there's something that you've always yearned to do, but for one reason or another, it hasn't materialised. So if you're anything like how I was, you might genuinely, and I did, believe in the reasons or the realities, if you like, that you tell yourself. Okay, but here's a revelation. What I once saw as my reality, I do now recognise as excuses. Excuses, okay? And it's a tough pill to swallow, it is, okay? But it's also completely liberating, okay? So imagine the boundless potential waiting to be unlocked if you could discern the genuine difference between genuine obstacles, because we do get those as well, and self-made barriers. Okay, so I've got a little reflection and challenge for you. Pause this video, go get your pens and paper. Okay, so what I want you to do is take a moment and write down 3 fears or limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. Now, by jotting them down, you'll not only make them tangible, but you may also begin the process of confronting them. And once you've identified these beliefs and you've got them down on paper, I want you to challenge yourself to take one of them and make a small step towards addressing, or even just, making a little step forward in the right direction in the coming week on that, okay? It could be as simple as sharing it with someone that you trust, or seeking guidance from someone on how to even start navigating it. It doesn't have to be, it can be just the very first little tiny step, okay? And here's a thought. If you find yourself uncertain about what might be holding you back, that is perfectly okay, okay? I remember a time, as I've told you today, when I wasn't even aware of the barriers I directed for myself. And if you're feeling that way, perhaps you just feel like, why isn't this happening for me? I've been trying so hard, I've been writing, I've been doing everything that I've been told, it's not happening. Simply reach out, reply to this email, and we can embark on that journey of discovery together. Book a free call, free half an hour strategy call, and we can have a chat about that. I'll be really excited to give you a little pointer in the right direction. Take care for now. Have a really good day. Bye.